welcome back to Sunset Beach. This is the 2015 Vans World Cup of Surfing. Round 2, Heat 10. Stu Kennedy, Sully Bailey, Michael Dunphy, and Kevin Sullivan hit the lineup in a 30-minute heat. This is 4 men against nature at Sunset Beach, providing glory for some and horror for others. 2 waves will be the difference here. 2 scores basically making up who will advance through. Chris Cote here with Pete Mel, and we started strong. Sully Bailey.
Straight out of the gates, he paddled way to the outside, was able to get this one. This is kind of what I'd like to see sometimes guys would do, is go out the back in the beginning of the heat and risk spending that extra 5 or 6 minutes to find yourself one of those bigger bombs. This is what Sully has done, and it's paid off for him big time. Gets himself into the excellent range. This was a nice wave here, give him plenty of opportunity, gets into the barrel, comes out. You know, this one wasn't a wave that hit the inside bowl specifically. It was more of a west peak, and it stayed up close to the point. Gave him a ton of opportunity. He was able to get a variety of maneuvers there, had combination of major moves, and has scored big time. Now, sit on the inside bowl, back this up.
You know, I always been dreaming, you know, to be on the World Tour, and I'm going to keep hunting that dream. And, well, I just want to keep surfing, you know. It's my last event here in the year, and I hope I can keep going, you know, and keep making hits. At the end, I hope my surfing can tag better than me and keep going, you know.
There you go. Aloha and Pura Vida.
Pura Vida. Thank you.
Thank you, Kaipo. Congrats. Carlos Munoz. The dream still alive for the Costa Rican surfer. And, you know, I like that kind of question right there. What waves prepare you for sunset? There's really only maybe a handful of waves on the planet that match sunset's power and the convoluted lineup out there. It makes it so hard to read. But
I mean, I think there's similarities at different breaks as we watch a replay here of Sully Bailey, who's now picked up a solid second score. This is exactly what he needed to do. Get another 5.55 on the board, and he's done that. Very, very educated attempt at riding this heat. But, you know, there's places that have semblance of it, but there's not a true Sunset Beach in my mind that really emulates it to a T. You know, the North Shore is you know, placed in the middle of the Pacific, so the energy level here is like no other on the planet. You know, you've got this huge expanse of Pacific Ocean, these storms that just generate right nearby into this campaign, and he's found himself an opportunity. Like I said, he sits at 22 in the rankings, and this is an event that he needs to do well.
Stuart Kennedy now finding a nice looking wave here at sunset as he's carving around a big section, trying to outrun a monster. Wave trying to crash all around him, but nicely managing the bumps, even fitting in a little grab rail carve. So Stuart Kennedy, not a lot of turns or maneuvers on that wave, but basically just hanging on from the outside all the way to the inside. Yeah, that was his first wave ridden, so he's got something on the board now. 17 minutes, 23 seconds ago. We said Sully Bailey, as of now, has the field comboed, but a nice wave for Stuart Kennedy.
Yeah, good positioning on the bank or on the reef that he caught this wave, was given a nice slash to start. You know, this unfortunately had to kind of wait for it. Finally gets back to the open face after covering a ton of ground, a ton of speed, throwing that firewire onto rail. Missed the grab. But,
shock absorbers right there. You just saw that board coming and fighting him.
Covered, what, probably 300 yards of the entire reef and did 2 turns. It was just like, that's what he had to do. He's chasing it down. But you know what? It's good. You know, already at the halfway mark here, it's 30-minute heats. He's at 16:40 left, and he's got himself a wave in the mid-5s, so he's right in this one. Is the direction changing? And if that's happening, so I'm going to find a different part of the reef when I can. Manufacturing it like we saw Mason Ho do earlier.
Well, Sully Bailey again finding a beautiful wave all the way from the outside. It looked good from the start, but it ran away from him, forcing him to straighten out. Right behind him, Michael Dunphy. Cranks a bottom turn around a big section. Gonna wait for this to form up. Nothing doing. Michael Dunphy pulls out. 14 minutes, 55 seconds to go. So far, it's been all Sully Bailey. 2 big scores. That last one will not eclipse that 5. Stu Kennedy getting that 5 is enough for him to jump into second place. A lot of time to go here, Pete.
Yeah, there is some time, but it goes quickly, especially when you don't have a wave and you start moving around. You know, what I've noticed, at least in this heat, is that Sully's been able to control it. He started out really far out, You know, he got that 8-point ride, came inside, grabbed a 5, and now he's moved everyone back outside again. And this is a big set wave again. This wave shuts down quickly, though. Just a wrong angle. It gave him that opportunity on the outside, but it didn't give him the inside bowl connection. So just the one turn there. It doesn't even go into his top 2. But again, I think he's controlling the heat by bringing everybody outside with him. And it's mixing it up. It's not, you know, these guys are probably playing a little bit of his game, and it's working right now.
Well, you see our surfers paddling into position. It's going to be Stu Kennedy. Nice looking Sunset Peak. A lot of open face to work with. Big carve straight back into the whitewater. Got a big wall standing up in front of him. Onto the open face again. Stu Kennedy smartly surfing at about 60%, we'll say, on that wave as far as rail engagement, but in complete control. Stu Kennedy now getting his backup wave right behind him, losing him in the white water. Kevin Sullivan cutting back. He is hunting for something on this inside section, carving back into the pocket. That wave closes out. Kevin Sullivan unable to find a diamond in the rough right now with 12 minutes, 30 seconds to go.
And they're going to want to hold on to it.
Well, Soli Bailey again finding another mid-sized wave. This thing could have a good line through this inside section. One opening carve, a lot of speed. Here we go, sets it up, trying to stall for the barrel. It eludes him, but he gets back on the open face with one more carve. Soli Bailey now stalling. That wave just imploded on him, but 2 good carves.
It was like a hurdle in the barrel.
So confident out here at Sunset Beach.
Good wave. I mean, his equipment choice looks spot on. You know, it's just long enough so he can get the bigger waves and get around there and move around, but definitely mobile enough to be able to whip those turns and look smooth while doing it. So Soli Bailey, fun to watch right now as he's been on point in this heat. We'll take a look at the replay here momentarily.
Well, he's trying to get rid of a 5, so if he can eclipse that, he'll be looking really solid to win this heat.
So he drops in, sets up this first section with a nice round arc, held the rail through it. No real unnecessary moves. Doesn't look like he's working too hard. Tried to look for the barrel there. Bit of a missed opportunity, I guess. Not really, but and then we got live action here.
This is Kevin Sullivan trying to get a 5.83. Nice carving turn on the outside section. He's hoping for a big reform here. Looks like it might stand up for him. He's waiting, being patient. Now back in the open face, stylish turns. Kevin Sullivan, one more little cut back. Mason Ho and his crew, Berger and Rory, they call him the Prophet. They cite him as one of the best people to travel with, as he is constantly positive and always stoked. 15 seconds to go. Sullivan needing a 5.83. Most likely going to come in just under that number to 4.40. So still needs a 5.5.
Well, you upped his score line as we watch the replay here. You know, and this wave looked like it was. You're right. It did look like he was going to have some opportunity. He gets the carve, and he's feeling like you're looking for it, waiting for it, but it just never came. You know, he kept thinking that double up might show up and give him, you know, that nice steep section, but every time he went to go finally do the turn, the wave never really got steep until right there, that moment. It kind of did for a sec, but he'll kick out, and if he's a pillar of positivity, he's head, go, down, and get back out to the peak and get another one.
And then you're trying to paddle back out through these big white waters. I mean, those are going to be hard scores to bounce back from, especially how hard fought some of these 1s and 2s are becoming today. Well, this is live action of Stu Kennedy carving back into the whitewater. One more opportunity here. Fits in a nice second smooth turn, this inside section. And he gets eaten in a little foam climb attempt. So with 2 minutes, 15 seconds to go, Stuart Kennedy looking to keep hold on that second spot. But Soli Bailey again.
Wow.
Up and riding. It's almost like he's out there by himself.
He's having a good time. He certainly knows that outside lineup. He has been able to be spot on, grabbing waves out there. He's been dodging the bullets, or the bombs, I guess. It's a little bit bigger than bullets out there. But Kevin Sullivan is in need of a score here, and he's had to give way to Michael Dunphy. Mike
Dunphy needs a 9.1. So here we go. Nice opening turn, straight in the pocket. Back on the open face, and he's out. So Mike Dunphy, just wave selection hasn't been there. He doesn't even have a 1 yet, so he's got 3 waves ridden there, all in that 0.8, 0.5 So a tough heat for Michael Dunphy, and again, I think this has been a spot for Mike Dunphy, who's had so much success around the world. This has been a spot that has been a real roadblock for him. He has his own website as well. He's Poncho Sullivan's cousin.
Family.
So great surfer from Maui, but right now, Stu Kennedy hangs on to that second spot. Soli Bailey now emerging as a dark horse threat here at the Vans World Cup of Surfing. So Heat 10 is in the books. 2 Australians power their way through.